This hangout on air is live.
No Pants Friday. No Pants Friday. No Pants. No Pants. No Pants Friday.
What's up?
Have you evacuated your pants?
I've not evacuated my pants. What's up, guys? It's Friday. No Pants Friday. I'm not wearing pants. She's wearing pants.
I'm a killjoy.
Yeah.
What can I say?
What's happening, everybody? What is up? It's Friday. I'm kind of sick. Not feeling so hot.
Nope.
And I got a cold sore on my lip, so I'm like a hideous monster. This is like what happens when the weather changes and it gets like super dry and cold, and I don't feel good, and you don't care.
Clearly, I don't. Obviously, I don't care.
She doesn't care, guys. She doesn't love me anymore. Probably because I'm a monster. Probably because I'm a hideous monster.
Yes, that's it.
Even my mom can't love me like this.
You can always tell when she's sick. She gets really whiny.
Yeah. Anyway, what's happening, guys? Hey, Chris is in the chat. We've always been calling her Christy Ann, but we hung out with her, so now she's just Chris because she's like our buddy. But Chris was here with her husband for their anniversary, and so we got to go hang out with them.
Did some thrifting.
Well, no, more importantly, we got tacos first.
Yes, the tacos were most important.
And oh, I don't even want to know what Allison's story.
I'm ignoring her. I'm ignoring her story.
No love for the herpes. I have a terrible story about that, or a horrible story. Does anyone have like a good story about that? Whatever. Anyway,
hip flipping mama has no pants on. She's in bed sick.
Yeah. The nice thing about what we do is that I can be sick and still get some work done at home. But man, I was out thrifting yesterday too by myself, like all day. But the whole day
infecting the whole valley, the whole Vegas Valley. You were just spewing your germs everywhere.
Whatever. Anyway, and I was just feeling like run down all day. And by the time I came home, I was like, So yeah, I do get whiny, but I still work. I just whine about it the whole time. But Chris
whiny.
Brought us presents, and they're super awesome, and I can't wait to wear mine. She brought us some really cool socks.
I am a big fan of these this Blue Q brand of stuff. It's so funny.
They're really nice. And
Amy Atkins actually sells a ton of this in her store. Vintage Junk, Junque, I believe is her store.
All right. Okay. Yeah. See, Sandy says that I was taught to share.
Yeah. She can keep the herp and herself and the cold to herself.
I'm a monster. You keep reminding me. I'm like Quasimodo. All right.
If Quasimodo had a cold sore and not a hump on his back.
No, we're not wearing plaid underwear. Nope. We're not.
I actually only own one plaid shirt.
So. Yeah. Anyway, so I got these awesome socks from Chris. Look at this. Adult in training. I don't think I'm ever going to be out of training. I'm always going to be in the training mode, apparently. I'm not very good at it. But that's okay. But yours.
Mine are very appropriate, I have to say. I think she was thinking of me in the show and the eye rolling. It's stop talking. As in, I look at her and like, stop talking. I think they're awesome.
Amanda says she used to get horrible cold sores, and she uses some type. What is it called? Aciclovir.
I don't know.
Every day, and hasn't had one in years. Yeah, I need to go to the doctor and do that because it sucks. Oh, Allison says fun fact.
Allison, keep your herpes facts to yourself, please. This is not going to turn into a herpes conversation.
Whatever.
I've managed to make it this many years in my life and not ever have a cold sore.
The majority of the population has it. It's just they don't.
I'm aware.
So whatever.
I like.
I'm not that much of a monster, okay?
I like being in the minority.
Why are you
screaming at me? I like being in the minority. I will say that.
Anyway, it's No Pants Friday. We're just hanging out. I'm doing some listing. What are you doing? You just shipped a whole bunch. Seriously, guys. Okay, so we've been kind of keeping in the running with each other as far as sales numbers go. And I was doing really well. And then I had like a few days. I've had the last few days have been kind of like pretty mediocre as far as the sales go. This one over here decided that she was just going to like get hit into hyperdrive. And then you were like, see you later, sucker. And now I think her 7-day numbers is ridiculous. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, it is crazy. When we share our numbers for the week on Sunday, it's going to be insane because you have been shipping out like left and right.
Mhm.
You're like popping nails off, and
I
it's crazy.
shipped 15 items today.
Yeah.
And 12 yesterday, 11 or 12 yesterday.
Yeah. I shipped 3.
It's been a little bit crazy. I shipped 40 something on, what do we have? The holiday was this week, right? Was it this week? Yeah. So Tuesday was like 44 I shipped. And then Wednesday was, I don't even know. It's just been a lot.
I killed this last weekend. You still were even way ahead of me on the weekend. But like this week, you've just been like, I think this is the best you said you've ever done.
This is the best month I've ever had in November, October and November, heading into being part of Q4 in the thick of it. This is the best I've ever done.
Yeah.
In my 15 years.
It's just insane
on eBay.
So yeah.
Yes, the herpes talk is over, Allison. Thank you.
She's brought it back. Whatever, yeah. It's going to be all over my face for the entire show, everybody. I could have canceled the show, but I didn't do it because I care about you.
Thanks. Yes, and my Etsy sales are really starting to pick up. So I have to attribute that to first of all, Dana, thank you for doing my cross-posting on Etsy. To 550 items on Etsy now. And in the past 4 months or so.
And I helped you get set up on doing the promoted listings.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. I'm doing the promoted listings on Etsy. And at first I was like, man, I had like 8 days of promoted listings and you pay per click. And 8 days of promoted listings and no sales. I was like, this is bullshit. But it's starting to catch up.
Yeah, so now we've got a hashtag reseller herpes. And then DuPage Picker is popping in to say that glitter is the herpes of the arts and crafts world.
That's true. That's true. That shit, you never get rid of it.
Well, apparently my face is the herpes of the reseller YouTube right now.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, whatever.
It happens.
Anyway, so it's No Pants Friday, which if this is your first No Pants Friday, it's just our casual AMA, ask me anything, ask us anything. So feel free to ask us any questions, whether they're personal or business related. Obviously, we don't shy away from the personal.
Miss Herpy face. I mean, serious.
Maybe I just go around with like a really bad double chin like this. Like this will distract people from the rest. That one's kind of hard to talk. Anyway, so ooh, Chris came home from their mini vacation with about 8 items to ship. Nice. Very, very nice. Dana says, do you actually have a visit? Yeah, you can't see like the huge thing on my lip. It sucks.
See, this is what helps when we have the fuzzy, shitty camera. Nobody can really see.
Yeah, right before we started, she's like, oh, we need to get a better camera. And I'm like, what? So you can see it better? So I can be more humiliated?
We do need a better camera. We need a better camera, a better microphone, and a ring light. And we need to start, and we need to invest in this now. Since we're actually doing the whole YouTube thing more, we need to put some of the money back and get some stuff.
So Sunny has a question. How do you price your t-shirts? So for me, I have
is it Sunny or Sunny?
Maybe it's Sunny.
Okay.
Sunny, I don't know. So with my t-shirts, so I mostly just get vintage t-shirts, but basically my pricing is generally I want to sell them for anywhere from $25 to $30. And so I actually price my stuff so that I can do 30% off sales and still get what I want for stuff. So when I price my t-shirts, I do $39.99 and $49.99, which when they're on sale gets more down to like the $25 to $30 to $35 amount, if that makes sense. So and then if I have like a special t-shirt where it's like, oh, this t-shirt should sell for even more, then I'll price it higher. But most of my stuff, I will price it. I don't want to get less than $25 for a t-shirt is how I kind of price mine. So yeah, pretty much. Dana says that you should be you should be Lysoling my face.
Seriously, I'm going to end up getting sick anyway. Although I haven't gotten a cold sore yet. Because
we're not talking about that. We're talking
won't even
about
come near me. So
because I do think I'm actually sick, which is I think what generally happens to me, like especially like right around this time of year when the seasons change. Because here's the thing, it actually is getting pretty cold here in Vegas. No, it's not getting in the 20s or anything like that. But at night, it's usually like in the 40s. And we are in the desert, so it's super dry and extra cold. So when the seasons change for me, and especially when I'm like, because I'm super busy and I'm just going, I'll hit like this time where I might not get like super sick, but it's like everything just kind of happens all at once because I think my immune system goes down. And so I've been like sneezing a lot. I've been super congested. And then it's like, it seems like everything will happen all at once and then I'll get like a cold sore and like, it all kind of happens together. And then I just feel like a mess. So
she's a mess. She's just a mess.
Yeah, basically.
Anyway, and she was sick last year around this time too. She was sick, really sick on Christmas Day last year, actually. So we're getting into that time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, see, Dana's gonna get one now for being a bitch. She said, "Windex cures all." I'm with you. I love that whole big fat Greek wedding. A little bit of Windex.
Yeah, pretty much. Did eBay lose their phones today? Why were you not able to get through to them? I don't know. I've never had a problem getting through them, but we have concierge, so it's not a big problem.
CBD oil for cold sores works great. Well, we do have some of that. We have to try that.
All right. What do you
works really well for hot flashes and insomnia too.
Now with CBD oil, because we actually do have some CBD oil, but it's for taking it. Like, are you saying to put it right on there, or what's the deal?
I'm assuming.
Or is it just like I don't know. Anyway, we have stuff that we just take orally. Anyway, so Amanda has a question. I have a ton of low dollar inventory, hundreds of items, newish seller. I'm hearing the average sale price is important. Do I list it or sell in bulk on Facebook, local, and buy better inventory? Honestly, like so everybody has a different selling model that they do. Some people don't mind having like a lower average sale price, and maybe it's more about the volume. And so what I usually say is it depends on what it is you're looking to do. If you're wanting to get to the point where you're actually bringing in a full-time income off of reselling, you can have lower average sale price, but you're going to have to make up for that in volume. And in order to be able to do it in volume, you're going to have to probably hire people to help you. So, because you're only going to be able to put so many hours into it. Like right now, you're just like working nonstop because you're selling so much because it's fourth quarter. If you sold much more than what you're doing right now, you would have to have somebody else. Now, luckily you have a higher average sale price, so it's fine. But
if I was selling the dollar amount that I'm selling right now with a $10 or $15 average sale price that a lot of people do, and somehow it works for them, I would need a full-time assistant.
Just understand that there's nothing wrong with a lower average sale price. It's just that in order to bring in whatever income you want, it's going to be all about volume. And at some point you're going to have somebody helping you, because otherwise you're just going to be working yourself to the bone to just barely get by. So the solution to that is either you expand by bringing your volume up, by bringing in other people to help you, or you expand by bringing your average sale price up, or you can do both, whatever you want to do. For me, I don't envision myself having this big company where I have all these people working for me. So I'm more focused on the higher average sale price. And part of that's also just because I enjoy sourcing that kind of stuff too. It's more fun to me. It's more about treasure hunting and finding those really cool items.
Same.
So
yeah, I mean, my average sale price, I try to keep around the $40 range or higher. Sometimes it's higher. Right now, I've been having just such big volume, more than usual. So my average sale price is around $38. It's still not too bad.
Yeah.
But if I averaged in Etsy, actually, it would probably be over.
Yeah. Mine's usually in the mid 40s. When I very first started, so I started my first sale was in December of 2015. So 2016 was really when I started like building up my inventory, and I got up to like over 1,000 items just before fourth quarter in 2016. And I remember going into that like September or August or October, I was at about $25 average sale price, and that's when I really started focusing on it. And each month I kept going up, and I finally got up to where I was in the mid 50s, between $50 and $60 per item. But in the last year, I've been focusing on t-shirts as well, doing a lot of t-shirts. And so that's actually brought my average sale price down, which is fine, because with t-shirts, I can sell, they're a lot faster. They're faster to photograph. They're faster to list. They're faster to ship. And so you just have to keep those kinds of things in mind.
So Amanda says her husband's recently unemployed, so he'll be doing eBay full time for now, help with you helping part time. Then go through, if he's recently unemployed, I'm going to assume, and I don't mean to assume, but I'm going to assume that money's probably a little tight right now. So rather than reinvesting and buying new inventory, I would definitely blow through what you have on hand now. This is a good time to get that stuff listed and sold, even if it's low dollar amount. If you have the time and energy to put into it, don't go. You can take the money and take some of your profits and reinvest in buying better inventory going forward. But I wouldn't say just dump everything you have now, if that makes sense. you know, bottom line, if you already have your money invested in this stuff and it's very little amount that you have invested in it, then just get it up, get it listed, especially if he has the time to, you know, to now devote more to it.
Yeah.
If I was saying, if you were doing this part-time and only part-time, I'd say, you might want to dump it and get some new stuff so you can actually make more money without a ton of time to invest. But if you have the time to invest, go ahead and do it.
Yeah, but start putting time into learning brands and finding the stuff in your area that you can sell. Jennifer, when I first started day one, so when I very first started, like I said, I sold my first thing in December of 2015. I had a 10 item a month limit. So eBay was only letting
Which a lot of people do.
Yeah, so eBay only let me post 10 items. And I remember like even switching stuff around because I just wanted to be able to list more stuff. So when I very first started that, and I went into it being like, within like about a month, I was like, I want to do this full time. So I was, you know, I listed my 10 items and then I would wait, basically I would wait like 27 days and call, because they'll increase your limit like every 30 days. But if you call a couple days ahead of time, they'll usually be like, they'll let you do it. So like every 27, 28 days, I would call eBay. And so it went from 10 to 50 to 100 to 250. I don't remember, you know, it's always different. They don't have like a set amount for every seller. Some people start out with 50 items or 100 items. But anyway,
I think it depends on if you've had activity on your account before, if you know, were previously a buyer or an occasional buyer.
Yeah.
Maybe you sold 2 things 10 years ago. I think, and if you've kept the same account, I think that has something to do with it, rather than if you're a brand new account just starting to sell. Yeah, well, Amanda, if you have very little invested in the stuff, then I would go ahead, rather than blow the money when money can be tight, especially this time of the year. Go ahead and list the stuff that you have. That's my recommendation.
But start going out and looking for higher valued stuff.
Put a little bit aside of everything you sell to reinvest, to buy new inventory. That would be what I would suggest to do.
Yeah, for sure.
And I know that that's not the easiest thing to do when money is tight and you're really trying to get things rolling. It's, you know, sometimes you need every bit of that profit to help pay a bill. But do what you can. Take what you can and try to reinvest in some better items. Be a little choosier if you have to be. But yeah, worth 12 to 18, including shipping. Yeah, then I would go ahead and list that stuff.
Yeah,
for sure.
For sure. So anyway, so I was listing everything I could. I started doing Amazon FBA at the same time, just because I couldn't list anymore on eBay. And I did really well with FBA, but I just didn't like it as much as eBay. And so with eBay, the second I would get my limits increased, I would immediately list everything. By the time I hit fourth quarter, I remember like it was like end of September, beginning of October was when I finally hit 1,000 listings. So I really went full into it, hardcore from the very beginning, and I grew very, very quickly. I remember that fourth quarter in December, I did like $8,500 in sales, and that was not having a lot of the best stuff, because I was only sourcing at the bins and I was learning about brands as I went. So when people tell you that like used clothing doesn't sell during fourth quarter, they don't know what they're talking about. I get that, like, you know, it may not sell as well, and it depends on what kind of stuff you have. If you just have regular basic low level brands, you're probably not going to do as well. But now with us, you know, with me, I do a lot of collectible vintage streetwear type stuff. So it does great during fourth quarter. But
you know what, I have to say, I think everything does great during fourth quarter. Honestly, you know, I sell only used items. I have maybe a handful of new. And I'm selling almost 300 items a month right now. So
yeah,
people buy the used stuff for Christmas too.
They buy everything, everything, honestly. But I do try to find new stuff too, to like kind of supplement it. And so,
and like Katie said, this is the reason, you know, people buy this time of year because of the holidays. And it's ingrained in us, and it's constantly in the media and pushing you to purchase. But it's cold in a lot of places in the country.
It's cold, it's raining, it's snowing.
They're not doing
like
stuff
they're not outside as much.
So they're home and they're shopping because they get bored.
Yeah, it gets dark earlier. It's just, you know, all those things kind of come together to get into like the buying mentality, and people want to spend money.
Yeah.
So
we've got Win Market, first time listening live. Thanks for popping in. This is our really casual Friday, pretty much. No Pants Friday, as we call it.
No Pants Friday.
Ask me anything. Ask us anything. We've got 129 people watching now, and nobody has a big old list of questions.
No. So Lori wants to know what I didn't like about Amazon FBA, because she's considering it. You know, it really was just a personal thing, because I was making money. Like I sent in, like right away, I sent in a ton of stuff, and very quickly I was bringing in like close to like $1,000 a month. And I mean, that was like right at the beginning. Like I just had started sending stuff in. the whole, like, I do retail arbitrage right now to a certain degree. Like, I'll go out and buy, especially like shoes and jackets. But the whole like going out and just buying tons and tons of stuff and then shipping all this new stuff in just to get like a certain amount of like, it's just, for me, it's not as exciting. Like going to,
I've never done it. I've never shipped a single thing into FBA. So for me,
it's not as exciting for me. My background, like for me personally, like I love collecting. Like I used to collect movies. I'm starting to do it a little bit again now. I used to collect music, and like when I was really hardcore into collecting movies, I had like 3,000 titles, and I knew, it's similar to how I am now with clothing. I knew like what stuff was out of print and what stuff was like really hard to find, and like I had like this kind of deeper understanding of like this thing that I was really into. And so when I would go out movie shopping, Portland is a great scene for that, and they have really good stuff here too. I'd go out to all these different places. Like it would be really exciting because you'd be hunting for that one thing that like is really hard to find, and then finally finding that title and being really excited that you got a great deal on it. Like I have kind of like taken that whole mentality and that love for treasure hunting and put it onto sourcing. And so even though like I hate clothes shopping for myself, going out and shopping for clothing to sell, it's the exact same thing. Getting super excited. Like Dana just sent me a picture yesterday or day before yesterday of this vintage 70s or 80s Adidas jacket, track jacket made in France. And I wanted to kill her because I wanted to find it myself. But that kind of stuff's exciting to me.
All right. So we've got a lot of questions
here. You want to hold
here.
your socks up?
I don't think I'm going to keep these up here just so I can. That's a really good question.
Yeah.
Good idea. All right. So Flippin' South, anything about all these emails I've been getting about Terapeak? I have not received any of them personally. So no, I can't comment on that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Colorado.
Yeah, Christiane says FBA is stressful and soul crushing. Sorry, go ahead.
Liz wants to know, what's your favorite part of selling on eBay? Shopping, pictures, listing, packing. Shopping. Of course, isn't everybody's favorite shopping?
Mm-hmm.
And DuPage pick are funny.
I do like listing.
I saw the title STDs in You and thought I would drop in. That was why I chuckled earlier, because I read down and saw that. Let's see. Whipped cream on pumpkin pie or no whipped cream? No pumpkin pie.
No pumpkin pie. It's disgusting. Disgusting. I don't like it.
Have you ever used photo paper as a backdrop? I have not.
Mm-mm.
I've always used fabric.
Mm-mm.
I know a lot of people do. We're actually talking about
we've been talking about getting.
Well, photography roll, it wouldn't be.
It would be like a nicer like background that we could like pull down. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's just another thing.
Lori, I'm thinking of selling fine books, art books, older books, out of print, etc. eBay or Amazon. I think Miss Cox, Teresa.
I don't think Teresa sells books.
No, Teresa doesn't sell books.
So speaking of, sorry, go ahead.
eBay or Amazon on those. I put mine both. I sell quite a few books. I actually sold about $200 or $300 in books just in the past 7 days. So I put them on eBay, and sometimes, if they're worth enough, I cross post on Amazon, and I do sell it for filled. So I'd say give it a try, whatever you're more comfortable with.
Yeah, Christiane says that funny thing, my husband thought Katie was the quiet one. You know, I will say especially when I'm first around people I don't know as well, I do tend to be a little bit more subdued.
Clearly she knows you all very well.
Well, I'm talking about in person. This is totally different, but in person, I tend to be one of those people. I kind of hold back a little bit, and I'm more observe and kind of, get my feel. And I'm a little bit more, I wouldn't say shy, because it's not like about being, I don't know how to describe it really, but I will tend to be like a little bit more quiet when I'm in new situations. It just kind of depends. But yeah, here, this is different. I don't know why it's different, but it is.
Let's see, Amanda Franklin, how much do you build into your price on free shipping items that will ship priority, 1 or 2 pounds each? It depends on the size of the item, whether it's something that's going to fit in a flat rate mailer, or whether it's something that isn't going to fit that way. It's not really a set amount. I tend to ballpark my prices.
Yeah. The thing is,
50, 60,
because
$100.
we price our stuff so much higher, and we do higher average sale price items. We're not so tight on our margins. So it's not like, well, I have to make this much money, so now I have to add this much for shipping. It doesn't quite work that way for us.
Yeah, we both just kind of ballpark it.
Yeah, and with what I sell, there's almost nothing of mine will ship for more than like $8.50 because I use cubic priority a lot. Occasionally I'll have a pair of shoes that's going to cost more like $10.50, but that's like the absolute most. And so when I'm selling things for 60, 80, 100, 150 bucks, I'm not worried about $2 or $3. Bless you.
Getting me sick.
Yeah. So
let's see. And you know, like I don't look at things transactionally like that either. And I think Katie's the same way. Like, for example, I sold a board game yesterday that sold for $30. It was way too big to fit into even a flat rate board game box. It cost me $18 to ship and I sold it for $30 because of course it went to Florida. So, you know, did I make a lot on that? No, I made pennies on it. But it is what it is. Overall, if I sold it to California, I would have made a lot more money on it. So it's that kind of thing. Let me see.
Frenchie wants to know who the cook is for Thanksgiving.
That would be me.
That would
but
be
I was
her.
going to answer some of the other questions that you skipped over.
Well, but hold on. So as far as like being the cook for Thanksgiving, that's just kind of like it's your thing that you, because we both cook. We both we both cook. I like to cook. She doesn't really like to cook.
I only like to cook for the holidays.
She likes to cook for the holidays. And so I don't know. I am thinking like if I'm going to see if I can figure out if there's any way to find rhubarb around this area. I would love to make some rhubarb crisp for Thanksgiving. I don't know if it'll happen.
Sunny asked Vicky, have you ever wanted to sew anything from the pattern packages that you buy to sew? No. I can't even know. I can pretty much sew a button on and that's about the gist of it. And I can sew a hole in a sweater. I can generally fix something like that, but that's no, I can't sew. I don't even know how to thread a needle on a sewing machine anymore. Not since I took home ec 25 years ago. Let's see, pecan pie. It's pecan.
I say pecan.
Yeah, pecan, not pecan.
I don't like pecan pie.
I like it warm, and I pretty much I'll have like one piece around the holidays, and because it's a thing.
I love cherry pie. I love Marionberry pie, blackberry pie. I love key lime pie, lemon meringue. Apple's okay. Hate pumpkin pie.
Yeah, I mean, I like to cook Thanksgiving dinner. I have a lot of traditional things that I cook that I've been doing for a long time. I've pretty much always been the Thanksgiving cook. Up until last year, I would actually host about 30 to 35 people every Thanksgiving here. And last year I pared it down because I, got rid of a lot of friends. So I pared it down last year to about 10 people. I think I invited 12 people this year. I don't even know if they're all coming. So you guys need to RSVP.
This year, Dana, I am going to see if I can get her to let me make the mashed potatoes this year.
No, absolutely not.
But I make the best mashed
potatoes.
You don't. You've never had my mashed
potatoes.
I don't care.
So I make the best.
All right. I'm going to make mashed potatoes sometime in the next couple of days, and then we'll talk about it again.
Okay. We'll see. I cook. Anyway, I cook for Thanksgiving.
I make the best mashed potatoes, guys.
And then our friend Hadassah, that lives a couple miles away, also does a huge Thanksgiving open house where she has about 30 people at her house. And so after we do dinner here, we'll go to her house for dessert and hang out with our other friends. So.
Euro Extreme says that I like the exact same pies. Yeah, pumpkin.
Yep, Vic, my meat dressing is amazing. It's true. It's pretty amazing. People look forward to me making it every year, and I only make it for Thanksgiving.
So then I can make the mashed potatoes because you'll be busy with your meat dressing.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I make good mashed potatoes. You guys, do you see how she just decides I don't make good mashed, even though she knows I'm a good cook?
You're just not making them. When
I'm a good cook.
Thanksgiving is mine.
Huh?
Thanksgiving is mine.
All right, I'm going to have day before Thanksgiving mashed potatoes. See, we have a mashed potato contest.
Sure. I better win or you're not coming back.
What? Whatever, man. I do have to make a special Thanksgiving Day shot because last year, here's the thing, guys, I hate whiskey, but I thought it would be funny to force everybody to have a Thanksgiving Day shot, and I made a gravy. It was gravy, whiskey, and then I had like some sort of like brown sugar.
It was the most revolting thing.
Oh, it was awful. It was
made
disgusting.
Us do it.
I made everybody do it. Oh. This year I'm going to be nice and I'm going to come up with some sort of cranberry shot. But yeah, I'm going to do that. Red Neckerson's resales just a $1.27 super chat.
See, Dana, you brought the gravy shots last year, Katie. I'm not sure I trust your potatoes.
I promise my mashed potatoes are the best. You would love them. All right, here we go. You gonna cover your ear?
I am.
Yeah. All right, it's done.
You did?
Mhm.
Good.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah. Dana says it was horrible.
It was, oh my God, it was the most revolting thing I've ever had in my
Yeah.
life.
Mhm.
Oh, I couldn't get the taste out of my mouth. I hate whiskey to begin with. but
Oh, I do
geez,
too.
Whiskey in gravy. Oh, I can't even. And it was warm. It was.
Mhm.
It was worse than it sounds.
Yeah.
If that's possible.
See, chocolate cream pie, I don't like it. Like, to me, like, that's just pudding in a pie crust. It isn't, and I'm not really that crazy about pudding, so it's not very exciting to me. Meh.
Let's see. Does offers to watchers work, and does everyone have it? Someone asked that earlier. No, we just talked about it for the first time on our show on Wednesday. Still rolling out. So not everybody has it yet. I think it works. I've sold quite a few things with it. So
Yeah.
I'm
Sandy's
excited.
right. Cold sores don't stop the super chat song. I won't let my diseased face stop us from having a good time.
Connecticut girl, what do you think the minimum amount of listings per day it would take to trigger Cassini to detect daily activity in your store?
Nobody knows that.
Nobody really knows the answers.
Yeah.
I think going in there and doing new listings or ending old listings and using them as, hitting sell similar and tweaking them and changing stuff.
I mean,
as long as you do, that's why we tell you to do 2 a day. Because you got to do something,
Yeah.
You should be active in your store every day if possible.
Here's the thing. The 2 a day thing is really just about creating a habit and sticking with it.
Mm-hmm.
If you did 2 a day and that's all you did all the time for a whole year, I don't think you're going to really be that successful of a seller. But if you build this habit of like, okay, no matter what, I'm going to do 2 a day, but most days I'm going to do 5, 10, 15. Like, if you really want to be a full-time reseller, and I get some people just want to be hobby resellers, so you have to decide what it is you want. But if you want to be a successful reseller where this is your job and you make money doing it and you're able to support yourself, then that should be the bare minimum, and you're just building the habit so that really most days you should be doing at least 10, if not more.
Right.
But that activity is the reason why Vicky's having this crazy explosion of sales right now is because she has been hitting it hard and like listing so much, and it does pay off. You can't just do it every now and then or when you feel like it and go 2 weeks and then all of a sudden do like 40 in a day. So that's another thing that the habit doing 2 a day does, is it makes it so it's just like, that's just how it gives you like this steady increase in your listing. I don't know. Anyway, That's what I think.
Yeah. Let me see. Got some people saying they like it. We got Justin Packman in the house. Justin, I sent your prize out yesterday.
Yeah.
Kelly, if you're watching again, Kelly that won the t-shirt, I did get your email finally. I'll send yours out tomorrow morning or today if I finish up before the mail lady gets here. It'll go out today. What are your, how do I figure out if eBay sent a return label, and if they didn't, how do I do it? Deb, did the person request a return through eBay's return center?
Yeah.
If they requested it through eBay's return center, there's ways for you to check off, send a return label.
Yeah, and go look.
And you're not going to see it. You're only going to get charged if they actually use it to send the item back to you. If you don't, if it didn't send one, it's going to give you the option to upload a label or say that you've sent one. And how you send it is you will purchase one, go to Fit Shipper, or go to PayPal directly and purchase a label. And then when you go to print it, instead of hitting print, you're going to hit save to PDF. And when you save it to a PDF, then you can then upload it and send it to your buyer through the messaging system or through the return message.
You can also go look at your returns, and it'll show that particular case that's open. It'll say what the status is, and if it says that it's waiting for them to ship it, then it's there. They should be set up with whatever they need to do, unless they contact you and say I didn't get a label, and then you got to figure it out from there. But if it's just saying it's waiting for them to ship, or they've already shipped it, then you're good to go. Maui Delights, $10 super chat. What? Maui Delights. Maui Delights is delightful. Giving me a super chat, giving us a super chat, making her have a funny face. She does not look so delighted, probably because she's looking at my cold sore.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna put it in a song for Maui Delights. Aren't you glad you paid $10 for that?
I need a refund.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Deb, if it says it's ready for them to ship, then eBay sent them the label. Yeah. And you won't see it show up on anything until they use it, and then it'll show up on your bill.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Barb says, hi, ladies. Just found you guys were watching Rally Roots last Monday night. Yeah, Rally Roots gave us some serious shout outs, and we gained a bunch of subscribers, so we're super grateful for that.
They are so awesome.
We think they're super cool.
I have to go back and watch their video from early today. Lychee was sick, and I have to see if Lychee's okay.
From what I understand, I saw them post something on, I think it was on Instagram.
I saw the Instagram that said he was okay, but that was yesterday. The video was today, so I've got to double check.
Well, I would assume if they're doing a live video, the doggy is okay.
Well, they're in Chicago, so they're not even with the doggy.
Well, I know, but they're going to be hanging out in Chicago doing a live video if their dog's on death's door.
Deb, where will they find it? They will find it. I don't know, but they should have an email from eBay with the label. It doesn't come from you. I do know because I've actually requested returns before. So they'll have an email from eBay that will say your return label is attached. So-and-so sent your return label.
Yeah. But I mean, like I said, I wouldn't worry about it unless they've contacted you and said they didn't get a label and they don't know what's going on, in which case I'd say whatever. Anyway, yeah, so the pup's okay. They got
good. I'm glad. I'm going to watch the video anyway because I love Ryan and Allie. They are so sweet.
Yeah, they're really awesome. They gave us some serious shout outs and we definitely saw a bump in our subscribers, so it was really cool.
Speaking of that, we are almost at 5,000 subscribers.
I know.
Right?
It's jumping up like crazy.
So
we were looking was it yesterday that you said you were looking at the thing, and what was the percentage of people that watch that aren't subscribed?
Like 30% of our watchers are not subscribed.
Yeah. So guys, there's 130 of you right now. If you are not subscribed to our channel, what are you waiting for? What's going on? Just throw us a bone. Throw us a couple bones. Okay. If you're here watching the first time and you're like, I don't really like it, then whatever. But if you've watched our videos more than once and you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe.
We are going to get a 5K subscriber song together. We may even actually both sing.
Yeah, I'm going to sing. What? I'm going to sing. We're going to put together probably a 3 to 5 part opera with different parts. And we will.
There may be some yodeling.
Yeah, there might be some yodeling in it. There may be some yodeling. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe some other languages.
Justin, is there a way to use Pirate Ship and have those orders pull up on the bulk scan sheet? I have not found it. If there is one,
no.
You can't even do bulk shipping.
They don't do bulk shipping.
It's kind of a pain in the neck, but for the savings, I will jump through the hoops to do it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so basically, if you're not subscribed, if you could subscribe, that would be awesome. Also, if you like us, if you would share our channel on social media,
right? If you have
for other people that you think might enjoy our show, that would be much appreciated as well. Because we're excited that we're going to hit. I definitely want to hit 5,000 before the end of the year, and I think we can do it with where we're.
I think we can. Our goal was to hit what? What did we wanted to hit? 2,000 before open.
Well, originally I wanted to hit 1,000 before open. Then I was like, I want to hit 3,000. And we ended up hitting 3,000 the week after open.
Yeah, we were at 2,800 open. So since July, we've only gained, not only, but we've gained just about 2,000 subscribers. So I'm hoping that we will get to 5,000 before the end of the year. I think we will.
Steady climb. I don't like to do too much to
I'm not trying to get. Here's the thing: we're not trying to get fake subscribers. Not that it's fake, but there are ways to build your numbers up without being genuine about it, not having it happen organically. But that doesn't mean anything. It just means you have big numbers. It doesn't get you any more views or anything like that. So we really like that it's growing organically. And not only that it's growing organically, but we have about a 65% engagement rate. So out of all of the people that actually subscribe to and watch our show, 65% of you watch for at least half an hour every time.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. And that's 3 times the average of most YouTubers.
Yeah, I'm all about the organics, kind of slow, steady growth, because it's like she said, I want to be people who are actually into us and want to come and watch our content and want to interact with us. I like doing these live shows because, first of all, yeah, it is easier for us because we don't have to edit anything or upload anything, because even the process of uploading an unedited video to YouTube is longer. And so this way it's more efficient. But also we love getting to interact with you guys. We love getting to chat with you and be silly and
get to know you and get to meet you, like Chris. Getting to meet Chris and her husband this week was a lot of fun, even though we had to drop her off in the middle of the road. We took her back to her hotel, but she didn't seem to mind. But it's nice to get to meet people this way. You know, the reseller community is in general very friendly, and I love it. And I love that the fact of a lot of us overlap. So a lot of us are fans of and watch other people and other YouTubers and follow them, and we all kind of talk to each other. I think that's kind of cool. Yeah,
for sure. Your extreme just said I'm just in it for your super chat songs. That's okay. We're cool with that. We're cool with that, man. So Suni said, do you guys have your own personal merch? You know what? We do have, if you look in the description of this video, we do have some t-shirts, and I actually just on the cat t-shirts, there's like a couple of cat ones, Boss Up and Bossum, and I actually just dropped the price on those, so they're only like $12.99 each. Basically,
we're getting them to you for cost.
Basically, I dropped the price to where I don't, like, we get 9 cents for, because if I did it $1 cheaper than that, I was basically having to pay for them. It was like a negative. I don't even know if they would let you do that. Probably not. So I have them at $12.99. So I think I get 9 cents of each sale. But because it's through
so for
Amazon merch.
For a limited time they're dropped. We don't really make, we're not really trying to make money on merch. We do have it because people have asked if we have.
Not even a limited time. I'm just gonna leave them there because we're never gonna sell
and it's Sunny, she said, not
okay, Sunny, sorry. We're never gonna sell a bazillion of them. They're just silly shirts that I like that people have them and are wearing them around. So
yeah, I think it's funny. I think it's great whenever we see somebody wearing a shirt, or like, and a couple people have purchased them, so it's kind of fun.
Yeah. Stacy on her channel, so she does beauty stuff like makeup and stuff like that. She had her first comment and someone asked her if she was looking for a sugar daddy, so she's on her way.
Hey,
yeah, the way your sales are going, I got me a sugar mama over here. Woohoo! Now I can just hang around, no pants on, cold sore, and you'll just like shower me with gifts.
Not so much. No.
I'm hideous. I'm a monster.
Classy Pug. I like your name. New reseller, first time viewer. Heard about you from Rally Roots. Glad I came by. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for popping in.
We love those guys.
We love Ryan and Allie. They are really good, genuine people, and they give a lot of great content.
See, I'm gonna have to go over to like their next show and like throw some money at them.
I already did. That's why they sent people.
I know, but yeah, I know. You gave them like $5 super chat. I think that was a pretty good $5 invested. But now I have to go and I have to one up you. So
okay, go ahead. Anyway, they're nice people. They're really good. They're a fun couple, and they're really genuine. And when you meet them, they are exactly the people that they portray themselves to be online, if not even more. I
think that they're even sweeter and more fun and silly in person.
Yep.
Like, I think Ryan's even sillier in person, because I think Allie she's more silly like on their videos and stuff, but he actually is too. I think he's a little bit more business.
He's a little more business on the videos, but he's more, he's a little bit more laid back in person. And yes, Connecticut, you notice our pictures of Frenchie and Teresa on the wall here. This is the wall, the cellar wall.
Look at all that empty space, you guys. So if you want to send me a headshot, I will totally put it up. Look, she hates it. I'm like, I will fill that wall with ridiculous headshots. And listen, they don't have to be like professional looking headshots. They can be silly as long as it's like appropriate for TV. They can totally be silly. Maybe you send me a 8x10 of you eating a taco. I'd be into that.
Oh my God.
Anybody, if you want to get yourself a picture.
Realize there are almost 5,000 people that watch this show. We do not have the room for 5,000 people. They're not leaving that wall.
I'm filling it up,
I may
guys.
Love you people, but I am not putting photos of strangers in my living room.
This is not your living room.
That's right. Okay, that's why they stay in here.
Okay, they're going to stay in here. Listen, guys, it's kind of like when you go, like where I grew up, there was this Mexican restaurant that you could go to, and if it was your birthday, they'd bring out the big sombrero and you could wear it, and they take a picture of you.
That's every Mexican restaurant.
Shut your mouth. They take a picture of you with a Polaroid camera, and then they had a wall that was just covered in pictures of people in the sombrero. So I want this to be this is going to be my headshot wall, but the funnier the better. So I'm not trying to like put ideas in your head, but maybe
we get David from Florida has a headshot. He used to act in commercials.
Oh, send me one.
Oh, the glamour shots.
So maybe I don't know. Maybe you're eating 5 tacos. Okay. Maybe you're eating a big burrito. I don't know. Maybe I just want to see who can get the funniest headshot to be up on the wall here. Because I'm telling you, I'll put him up. I'll put him up. Yeah, see, Sunny says we can rotate the photos every month. But look, guys, there's a lot of negative space back there. A lot of negative space. I could put like 10 of them over there.
Yes, then you get head lice from the hat. Thank you, Kara. That is exactly what I would have said. I love you. Yeah. I love that Kara's slightly neurotic like me, because I totally would say the same thing.
Self-destruct. If you send me an 8x10 of you and your cat, I will put it up on the wall. But you got to sign it too. I want them to be. They both signed theirs. So you need, I don't care, as long as it's appropriate for television, there's nothing bad, no nudity, whatnot.
Yeah, we don't want those kind of pictures.
If you send me a picture of you, and if maybe you got your cat there, or maybe you have a cute dog.
Dana says you're getting a 16 by 24 of me.
Maybe your favorite taco, sign it, send it to me. It will go on the wall, and it will drive this one crazy, which only makes it that much better.
Oh, dear God.
So pretty much. Now, if it's a funny picture of you with no pants on, again, as long as it's like
clean, as long as it's clean,
as long as your underwear is clean and covering the bits, we're good.
Self-destruct. Why would I be nude with my cat? I don't know what you, dude. I don't know what you do on your spare time.
Have you ever seen like those awkward family photos where like for some reason they're all naked? It's like really weird. I don't know. Maybe
with
that's
the cat. Maybe that's what you're into. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't even.
I guess we can get down to business. Maui delights with snow. How do we manage our thrift sourcing? Do you only thrift on discount days or days that new items are put out for sale? You want to go first? Since I've been talking a lot.
Well, we tend to go. No, I mean, how do we don't go on specific days. Let's put it this way.
Yes, I do go on specific days. So
yes, you have been for the past couple months going on Thursdays. Yeah. We tend to go on Thursdays. It's 25% off day. Discount days here are Sunday or Monday usually, and we very rarely go on those days just because it is flooded with people. Mm-hmm. And on those particular days, they're not always putting out inventory.
Right.
So we prefer to go. I'll pay a little bit more to get better stuff. I don't want stuff that's been picked over all day long and hasn't been replenished. But I used to go on 50% off days quite a bit to the big Goodwill here, because that was actually a pretty good thing. And I have not been since Katie moved in a year ago. So
yeah. So she says I don't go on specific days. She's crazy. Back when I was in Oregon, I was going 3 times a week, 2 to 3 times a week, and always on the same days. I do tend to be somebody where once I get like kind of a schedule in the way I do things, I get pretty rigid, and I like to do it the same way every time. Mm-hmm. That's just the way I am. And so like you can even ask her, like picking a different day to go, it makes me go, So it's just dumb, but it's just the way I am.
If you have sloths, definitely that would be acceptable.
Yes, absolutely. But I do for good reason. I do think it's good to have, especially if you're somebody who maybe sources too much, it is good to have it be more
set a
scheduled
schedule if you need to.
So my whole thing is I go Thursdays because Thursday is 25% off day, and I mainly do Savers. So I go to all 6 Savers, 25% off on that day. Mondays is 50% off. I hate going on 50% off day. It's too busy. It's too crowded.
We pretty much go once a week. So it's either Thursday.
But I go every Thursday.
You have been the past few months. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a while we weren't.
I get that because it was during the summer when it was slow. But anyway, I like to go every single Thursday. She'll go with me sometimes, and then sometimes she'll stay home. But
if you want to send a headshot, send us a private message. We'll send you the address. We have to pick up a PO box. I'm not going to put it in the chat, but yeah. Just send a message and we'll give you the address. Not that it's a big deal. You can find it anyway. Buy something from either one of us, you'll find the address. But I just don't want to put it up there for any old reason.
But Savers, since I pretty much do almost all my thrifting at Savers, Sundays and Mondays are the days that they don't restock, and so I do not like going on those days because Monday's the 50% off day, but also because they don't restock. I love being there when they're putting stuff out, just because they put out 8,000 to 10,000 items a day. Mm-hmm. I've found so many things that come out on the cart before it actually goes out. So yeah, that's how I do it. I don't set a specific budget.
I don't do every day, and I don't set a budget either. Jameson's Closet, you set a budget weekly for thrifting, or just go shopping and buy whatever you find.
Pretty much.
I think we pretty much both go shopping and buy whatever we find. But because we don't do it every single day, I think if we did it every single day, that'd be a little ridiculous. Sometimes that means I'm only spending $150 a week on sourcing, and sometimes that means I'm spending $500. Mm-hmm. So it really, I don't set a budget because I'm never going to tell myself, oh, that's really good, but I can't afford to get it this week. I'm not getting it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Fader wants to know if I've ever sourced the savers by the pound.
Yes.
She does. I don't.
I do occasionally. I will say that it is horrifically picked over 95% of the time. They don't have any hard goods there. They have very few shoes. Sometimes they have shoes, but they're usually horrible, like horrible. And a lot of it is just like all crappy old lady St. John's Bay clothing and stuff like that nobody wants. And most of it is horribly picked over. I will occasionally go, and if I've got time, because they're open weird hours. They're only open like 4 days for like 5 or 6 hours on those days. So Rags, the Savers by the Pound is inside the Tropicana location. And like I said, it's only open from like 10 to 4 or 10 to 5 a few days a week. It's not open on the weekends. So I'll go in there, and if I'm there anyway and it happens to be open, I'll usually pop in and see if I can grab a couple of things. I don't get much though.
There's nothing there that's worth it for me. Swift Seller, you holding a cat in one hand and eating a taco in the other is awesome.
That might win.
And I would be very excited about it. So the thing about the Savers by the Pound is I go to every store every Thursday. And so the stuff that ends up in there is stuff that has been on those racks for a minimum a month, 2 months, however long. And I only shop men's clothing. So nothing is going to make it to that area that I wouldn't have bought already, because I want higher end stuff. I want stuff I can sell for, it's not going to last that long and end up there.
Occasionally you'll get some good stuff. Like I went in there last week when I was happened to be in Savers, and I picked up a couple of Tommy Bahama sweaters for by the pound. But the only reason I got them, and I wouldn't even normally pick up Tommy Bahama sweaters because whatever, they're going to sell for 30, 35 bucks. Right. But because they were in great condition, they were bigger sizes. And because I paid less, like $1.50 for them, that's why I picked them up. The reason why they ended up in there is because they had them priced at like $30 originally. Right. Nobody's going to pay $30 for that. Now,
when I was in Oregon, I went to the bins all the time for Goodwill. But the difference is, I don't know how the bins are in other states, but in Oregon, it's also a donation site. And so probably half the stuff that they had there is stuff that had been in stores, but half of it was stuff that literally was just donated and they put it right out there. So you could find all kinds of stuff that was really, really good that had never been picked through before. So that made sense.
Do you focus on red tag items at Goodwill? Katie never shops Goodwill anymore. And I go very, very occasionally. As a matter of fact, maybe I'll go later on today. I haven't been in a while, but that's kind of, neither one of us really do a lot at Goodwill. Red tag 50% off days. Yeah, I guess probably I would focus more on that, on the 50% off days.
Classy Pug, first section I go to in the thrift store. I immediately go to jackets and I look through all the jackets. Then I go to sweatshirts, because they usually have like hoodies and sweatshirts. And a lot of times they'll have like track jackets, those kind of jackets there as well. So those are the two sections I go to first. And then once I get through those ones, I usually go to t-shirts. And I'll also go to knit shirts because we'll have like long sleeve t-shirts. And then if I have time, I'll look at other sections, but those are like my go-tos. And going back to the whole budget thing, like I don't budget stuff. There are times where like I'll already have so much stuff at home that needs to be listed, but I will, like this week, I wasn't looking much at t-shirts because I have a bunch of t-shirts I still have to photograph. But even then I was still going to the t-shirt section. I just wasn't going one by one. I go kind of like, it's like my turbo speed, but it's still, I go kind of slow, but I'll just like look along at the collars and the sleeves. And if one pops out as being obviously vintage, I'll grab that. So I did buy a few.
Deseret, we do go occasionally, very occasionally. I'm not a big fan. I don't usually find much when I go there. I bought 3 things at Deseret last week. It was the first time I'd been in a couple of months. I already sold one of them. So Dollar Day for Goodwill here is, I believe it's Monday is Dollar Day here. Or Sunday, I don't know, they changed it, but by the time you get to the Goodwills here, I'm telling you, they're absolutely cleaned out of anything that is the tag of the dollar day of the day. Yeah. So even on, you could get there at 9 a.m. when they open, and by 9:15, there is a team. I swear, they work in teams here. There's a team of 2 to 4 people that come in and will buy anything that is that tag. They will just like pile up. I can't even deal with it, so I don't bother. I don't mind paying for quality stuff. I'm not going to fight people for pennies or by the pound shit.
Most of the stuff.
This is why I don't source at the bins, because our bins here are crappy. In my opinion, I know other people do very well with them.
Well, it's gone through like so many different stages.
I'm
before
not
it
going to
gets-
sit there and fight people over junk.
No.
It's just not worth my time.
Well, that's why I go on Thursdays 25% off day, even though I could go on 50% off day, because I want good stuff and I don't mind paying up for it. And, you know, be back in Oregon, like I don't really go to Salvation Army here, but back in Oregon, I did go to Salvation Army every week. And they had their whole thing where Saturday or whatever, it was like whatever was the color that week would be like 69 cents or whatever. I would never those days, because anything that I would want is like, because I sell stuff for higher amounts and I want stuff that's higher value, it's stuff that's not going to make it to that day. So I'm going to go and I'm going to pay up for it. I'm not going to wait till later when I have
mean,
to,
and
like,
you
find
can
it out.
find good stuff on 50% off day. Don't get me wrong, but it's you know, it's going to be very well picked through by the time you find it. And for the most part, I just meh.
No.
I'd rather go on a full price day or a, you know, 20 or 25% off day, just because.
Yeah. Well, I always go on Thursdays, so it's always 25% off day. And then on the sometimes when we do go on a different day, I've built up so many of my 20% off coupons in my account that like I never pay.
We never pay. We always
full
have
price,
at least
never pay
20%
full
off.
price. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. Vintage fee, and the people who buy all this clothes that are sale colors send them overseas. For the most part, that's the case here too, I think. Yeah, shoes and jeans. They're always going for shoes and jeans, and they buy them by the cartful, and which, you know, good for them for whatever reason they're doing it. Whether it's for, you know, I think some people do it for flea markets. They have flea market booths and things like that. You know, I just don't want to fight over it. It's not worth it to me.
Yeah. For sure. Now, yeah, the bins are the thing with the bins. Even Oregon, when I got, because I started at the bins, and then once I got better and I knew exactly the kind of stuff I wanted and like the higher value stuff. Yes, you can find stuff there, but you'd have to be there like all day and like wait for them to bring everything out. And so I got to where I would go 2 to 3 times a week, and I would go right when they open in the morning, and it gave me enough time to quickly go through all the bins, and then I'd maybe be there for them to bring out one new row of clothing. And I'd be there for 45 minutes max, and maybe I'd find a couple of things. And sure, I could stay all day long, but to what? Get a couple of things? Like, you just kind of have to figure out like how to like weigh your time and decide like what's worth spending time on.
Yeah, it just I don't want to spend 2 hours to get 3 good things.
Yeah,
I don't know, just it doesn't do it for me. And I know that plenty of people are super successful at the bins. I mean, I even watch people on Instagram and lots of other resellers. It's all they do is the bins, and they find fantastic stuff. I'm going to tell you that we are not finding fantastic stuff here at the bins.
Not here in Oregon. I've found amazing things at the bins, but yeah, pretty much.
Rags, that's awesome. So Sandy, I'm going to put this up actually as soon as we're done here. We're going to do our first meetup, and we're just going to have it here in our home. For next week, actually. I'm going to do next Tuesday, because some people cook on Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Next Tuesday, we're going to do the first meetup here in our home. Because I generally have 40 to 50 people here on Christmas Eve. I can handle 20 to 25 for a meetup. And then going forward, our meetups are going to be at the Nevada Blind Center, starting in December. We're going to be using one of their rooms. If anyone was here for eBay Open and happened to attend the tour that we got of the Nevada Blind Center, we did a little speaking panel of eBay sellers with Chris Lynn that Chris Lynn had put together, and Katie and I were both on the panel, as well as Teresa and Ryan and Allie Roots, actually. So we are going to have our meetups there monthly going forward. I've been talking with them about using some space there and helping them.
You said it's
with
going to be
their
the
eBay
third Tuesday
stuff.
of every month?
I believe it's going to be the third Tuesday. She's going to get back to me today to confirm. So I'll confirm it in the meetup group Facebook page when I get to it. That's okay, Sandy. Don't worry about it. I know you were going away this week, and it's been tough trying to find space that will accommodate all of us that is free. And I didn't want to do a restaurant when we're going to have 25 to 35 people. It's just too difficult with people ordering drinks and food, and you lose focus. So I wanted it to be something that was available and free. So
Maui Delights, how do you know if an item is vintage? What are some of the clues? You know what? It's such a broad question concept. There are different clues, but it's something that you kind of pick up and learn over time. So like I talk about T-shirts a lot. Made in the USA is one thing that can be a clue. It's not 100% sure. There are some companies that still do make items in the USA now, so it's not 100%, but generally T-shirts that are made in the USA are usually vintage. And when we say vintage, it's anything 20 years or older. And so, and part of it is just like learning tags. Like I know what a Hanes tag looks like from the 80s as well as from the 90s, as well as like jerseys and Fruit of Loom and Screen Stars and all that kind of stuff. Like you start to like learn tags and kind of know what they look like. And then there's like a ton of other like sort of brands, because like branded tags weren't like, there were so many different ones in the 70s and 80s. Like there's literally 100 different.
It's such a difficult
There's so
thing,
many of
whether
them.
it's clothing or
yeah. And then with t-shirts, I talk about single stitch, and the whole thing with single stitch is that pretty much 99.9% of t-shirts that are single stitch are going to be vintage. They're going to be at least 20 years old. But not all vintage t-shirts are single stitch. I have seen t-shirts from the 80s that are double stitch. So that doesn't mean that when you find a double stitch t-shirt that it's not vintage, but if you find a one that's single stitch, it's probably vintage. Made in the US, probably vintage. But
there's so many different factors that go into whether something's vintage or not. I mean, she's just talking t-shirts for the most part, but whether it's clothing or accessories or home goods or something collectible, it's really just one of those tough things. Vintage is such a broad term. And now that it's anything 20 years or older, it's really hard to differentiate.
If the tag is printed directly on the fabric, not vintage.
Yeah, that's
like
that's one good sign. If it's
you'll
clothing.
notice like, you know, new t-shirts or like Nike jackets, Adidas jackets, other items, the tag will be printed directly on the fabric. Absolutely not vintage.
Fade or faded. I mean, I'm glad that you had good luck at the bins here. I've honestly, I've only been 3 entire times. I've lived here 5.5 years. I've been to 3 times to the bins.
I've only been once, and the one we went to, the clothing was very tiny section.
Yeah, it was really small. So anyway, Rake and Profit, Steve Rakin in the house.
What? Is he here to start telling people to smash that like button, or
I don't know.
Or has he changed his ways and now he's gently tapping it?
He might be gently tapping it. I did see he put down that he's in a relationship now, so this might be the kinder, gentler Steve right now.
Yeah, maybe he sweetly caresses that like button. He's no longer smashing it.
Maybe not so angry.
Yeah, like a Neanderthal. Come on, let's have a little finesse.
Right, has a web address on the tag, not vintage. Good point.
Now with the whole web thing, yeah, that's going to start changing, because there were websites in the 90s, guys, in the late 90s. So occasionally you'll come across, very rarely you will come across something where it will be a website thing from the late 90s, especially like I've had some like Sun Microsystems, like nerdy stuff, and it will say .com something.
Nerd shirts.
So,
nerd shirts. She likes the nerd
much.
shirts. Let's see. I'm willing to try the bins again. We keep talking about it, but we just do so well everywhere else that we source that it's like I don't even have time to get to the bins too. Same thing with going to Deseret. It's it's like you'd have to put aside some time to go off the beaten path.
Yeah.
I should have been hitting garage sales a lot more, and now that we're actually going to be coming out of garage sale season, I've missed a lot because that's Fridays, and we always have our show on Fridays, so I wouldn't have time to do shipping and the show and garage sailing.
Yeah. Chris says that she likes to pucker up and blow on that like button.
Well, that's sounds very sassy. What happened to our 5 down, thumbs down? Oh, we get them.
I think they're feeling sorry for me and my diseased face is what it is. Laura Franzico wants to know what 2 weeks are the busiest here coming up. First 2 in December, last week in November. You know what? I'd have to like look and see patterns, but it just depends.
I will tell you that last year, Christmas Day, I had a $600 day.
Yeah, I had a great day on Christmas Day too.
I have no rhyme or reason for it. I think
sometimes
it's just
the 2 weeks after Christmas are crazy busy. So it just depends.
A few more headshots on your wall will look like a restaurant. Yes.
A really awesome restaurant with fats and tacos and all kinds of awesome stuff.
Tacky Italian restaurant.
Come on.
We generally get anywhere from 2 to 5 to 7 thumbs down on our videos by the end of the week. Right now I'm looking 7, 6, 5, and 2 for the last 4 videos.
Yeah.
So
because they can't even handle the awesomeness. Okay.
We have a massive savings account pile, as I call it, from before the move fear.
There you go.
There you go. That's a good idea. Savings account pile. That's better than calling it the death pile, right?
Yeah. But seriously, get that stuff listed. Most expensive stuff first.
Yeah, get in that and go dig in and get the most expensive stuff right now.
Like I went, you know, we did a little bit of sourcing on Wednesday with Chris, and then I went yesterday all day and got a bunch of stuff. I haven't had a chance to really take photos, but right when I got home yesterday, I had gotten these really cool Levi's trucker jackets, and I immediately got those. I went and got pictures and got those listed right away. And then this morning, first thing before I even shipped, I had bought like 6 pairs of Vans, new pairs of Vans at the Nordstrom Rack. And I immediately got pictures of those and already got them listed this morning because I'm like, I don't want this stuff that I kind of paid up to get. I don't want it sitting around waiting. I want it listed immediately so that hopefully I can sell those as quick as possible. I just don't like, you know, I'm not going to take any more pictures today because I'm going to get more stuff listed. But
yeah, Liz, I did not hit 2,000 yet. I will for this weekend by the end of the week for sure. I haven't listed since Wednesday because I sourced all day. What day is today? Yeah, I sourced. Actually, I haven't listed since Tuesday. I sourced on Wednesday, and I took pictures yesterday. So I'm going to take some, do some listing this afternoon when I finish up. I'm at about 1,500 for the week because I did list one item for $500 the other day. So I've just been so busy. I haven't listed since Tuesday. I listed one item since Tuesday. But I should get at least 10 to 15 up before the end of the day today because we are going to a concert tonight.
Well, maybe. I don't feel good.
Well, I might be going to a concert tonight by myself.
Well, our friends, we have a bunch of friends that are going. So even if I stay home.
We don't have any friends that are going.
You said that
they don't want to buy tickets.
Aww.
I'm trying to get them on the list. We'll see. Anyway, my friends are in town. They happen to be in a band, and they're playing at the Golden Nugget tonight. So want to go hang out with my friends. Going to see Great White, 80s rock band. They're friends of mine. So I always try to go see them when they come in town.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them since July. So the last time they were here. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're supposed to do tonight. Tomorrow we are driving to Laughlin, which is a town about 45 minutes away. It's like a little mini white trash version of Vegas, as I like to call it. And my friend Muji, who you may have seen on a previous No Pants Friday, my friend Muji, who is the athlete, he's a Paralympic athlete. He's competing tomorrow in a Spartan race, and came all the way from Boston. So I can't not go see him.
No,
he's only an hour away. So I've never actually seen him race in person. I've only seen videos. So I'm kind of excited. He races
on those sweet blades, which he was, I don't know what he was racing earlier this last week, and he broke 2 sets of them, right?
Yeah, 2 blades. No, both. Or 2 blades. 2 blades, a full set.
Yeah.
He's really, really strong.
Yeah.
So
yeah. But he's really awesome. We did a show with him.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
A while ago. He is pretty cool. Sherry says she's sorry I'm a sickie.
I'm sorry she's a sickie too.
But we have a lot of stuff going on, so I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. Hopefully she feels better. Because I don't want to go by myself to the show.
Yeah. Pretty much. All right. Any other questions, guys? Yeah, we're just more talk about bins. Listen, I love me some bins. There's 2 different locations here in the Vegas area for like the Goodwill bins, I think, right?
I think.
And so we went to one of them that I've been to so far, and that one was just too small.
That's the same one that I've been to like 3 times.
Well, I guess there's another one. So I would like to check out the other one because the one we went to, since I only do clothing, they only had like 2 little short rows. Whereas when I would go in Oregon, it was a huge facility and like half of it was clothing. So you would constantly have like new stuff coming out. Here it was like, there was such a small area for clothing that it just was like not very exciting. So I would like to see where the other location is and check it out at some point. But for me, it's just like, I don't have time to do that. It's kind of like you got to go, not like Steve that lives here in town that goes to the bins. Like I think he goes like every day.
Yeah, I think he does too.
Like
but he does
morning.
Really well.
Right, but it's like you got to go if you want to like keep bringing in good stuff. It's like you got to go.
He's one of the regulars now that wants to fight people, so I'm good.
Yeah, pretty much. So
I think we're about good, right?
Are we good? All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. Sorry if it was a little bit more subdued than normal because I am feeling kind of sicky. And I'm a diseased monster.
Is that the first mad book on the shelf in the background, Sunny asked? No, it's a horror one.
It's horrifyingly mad. So this is actually Vicky got this for me, and I love it. It's one of my favorite things that she's gotten for me. And it's basically like a collection of all like the horror stuff. I love Mad Magazine. When I was a kid, I used to always go to the store and I would buy this along with Cracked Magazine, which is very similar, but Matt is, of course, much superior. And so I would read these all the time. And then my dad would find my magazines and he'd make me get rid of them. And then I'd go buy more. And so she got this for me because I love horror and I love Mad and I love it. It's very cool.
All right, kids. Well, I hope you have a good weekend. Everybody get up and do something fun, hopefully. Get some work done, sell some stuff.
Yeah.
Hope Katie feels better too. We'll see if we're going to go out tonight or not. If she's starting to
Yeah.
feel better or worse, I don't know. I'm gonna
Actually,
go. I'm gonna go
everybody's
make
sick
her
too.
have some vitamin C.
Okay, I
Right
guess I
now.
can do that. Anyway, guys, really appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with us. Check out the show on Sunday. We well, I sourced tons of good stuff. You did too. And we'll be sharing our weekly sales numbers, and you can see how much she has basically annihilated my sales this week. It's pretty awesome, and hopefully that'll be inspiring for some of you. And that's about it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and please, if you could, help us get to 5,000 subscribers and share
Yes,
us with
please.
other people in your circles that you think might enjoy our channel. That would be much appreciated. So,
All right.
all right, peace
We're
out.
out.
Boss
Boss
up.
up.
Don't wear pants. It's not good for you.